Well, this is the alternate universe, correct? Everything's the same, but different, which means there's another Barile Entos here.
There was.
Was?
He's dead.
You knew him, didn't you? Then that's why you seem to recognize me. What was he like?
Does that really matter?
He was someone you cared about. Major. I know I have no right to ask you this, but you could do me a big favor. Destroy that device.
Why?
Because somebody can't send me back.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Please, Major, you've been there. You know what it's like. Put me in prison, in a labor camp, whatever you want. Just let me stay.
Now, let me get this straight, Major. You're refusing to press charges.
That's right. I don't think Barile ever intended to hurt me.
I suppose we should just send him back where he came from.
No, he doesn't want to go back to that universe, and I don't like him.
I know what you're going through, Major. When I met the other Jennifer Cisco, it was very confusing, to say the least. I knew she wasn't my wife. Sometimes she would smile at me a certain way, and then the light would hit her eyes. And it was my Jennifer. At least that's what I wanted to believe.
Captain, I know this man is not Vedic Barile. He doesn't talk like him. He doesn't act like him. He's a totally different person.
But you still feel this connection with him that you can't explain, don't you?
It's not a problem.
Good. Just make sure it doesn't become one.
Thank you for putting in a good word for me.
What are you going to do now?
I'm not sure. I've been reading up on your world. Very different from the Bejor I know.
Is that where you intend to go?
I'm thinking about it. Did you see that? People keep staring at me.
It's because the man that you look like was loved and respected by a lot of people. He was a Vedic.
A Vedic?
A religious leader.
Imagine me, a religious leader.
Glad you found it funny. I'm going to be late for services.
Wait, I didn't mean to offend you. This is the kind of life I've led hasn't been very spiritual. In fact, I don't think I've ever been inside a temple.
Well, now's your chance. You're welcome to join me.
In there? I don't think so. Besides, if I go in there, people are going to start believing I really am Vedic Barile. That's something I'd like to avoid.
I can understand that.
With humility and gratitude, we accept this gift. Vishnu Yavaha Ektasho.
What's in the box?
The orb, prophecy, and change.
Or
A gift from the prophets. It can foresee the future, or possible future anyway.
who are the prophets?
Or gods. You do have gods, don't you?
Of course we do.
You don't sound too sure.
That's because I leave them alone. They leave me alone.
So, what you think?
Not sure. It's an interesting ceremony, but
What?
he seems to take it so seriously.
What's wrong with that?
I suppose it must be nice to have that kind of faith. I've always preferred to believe in nothing. That way I'm never disappointed.
Oh, that doesn't sound like much of a life.
Maybe not, but it's all mine. Anyway, I'm glad I had this chance to see you again. It was very enlightening. Thank you, Major.
Barile, do you like Klingon food?
An hour later, the Klingon guard returns to my cell. He puts down what's supposed to be my last meal. I slip his mechlith out of its scabbard, hide it in my shirt. At night, I use the blade to deactivate the sensor alarm, my earring to open the cell door. By the time they realized I was gone, I was halfway to the Ventar system.
That's one hell of a story.
And that is all it is, a story.
Excuse me.
It was well told. But there was no truth to any of it.
Oh, you sure of that?
You want us to believe that you stole a mechlith from a Klingon warrior?
Worf, it's not polite to accuse the guest of lying.
Oh, that's all right. Obviously, I was exaggerating.
Would you like to do the honors?
Allow me. I believe this is yours.
What do you think now, Worf?
Obviously, Barile is a better thief than I gave him credit for. More blood wine.
Why not? You are a lucky woman.
Why's that?
You have good friends.
They liked you.
You think so?
Well, why do you sound so surprised? You must have had friends back home.
I can think of one.
If you'd rather not talk about it.
There's not much to say. She died.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Happened a long time ago.
Sorry the evening has to end on such a sad note. Would you like to come in? Have a cappuccino.
Her name was Lysaea. I first saw her on the street in Novia. Couldn't take my eyes off of her. She had the most attractive little money sack hanging from her waist.
Don't tell me you stole it.
She should have known better than to carry her money so carelessly in Ilvia. It's a very dangerous place. Turns out she just arrived from one of the mining camps in the hills of Dakura province.
I come from Dakota province. Only here it's all farmland.
When I met her, she was working in an Ilvian pleasure center.
And you decided to take her away from all that.
I taught her how to be a thief. Funny thing is, she was so grateful. She felt I saved her life.
Maybe you did.
If anyone was saved, it was me. We were having dinner at a bar one night. A fight broke out. Drunken Cardassian pulled out his disruptor and started firing.